Yo guys, what is up? Long time no see. It's been a while since we did a reaction to anything horror. Anyways, we're doing a reaction to chills clips, scary videos gone horribly wrong. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? Anyways, boom!
Submitted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by KaneSweet2000. This Redditor wrote, "Hi all, we moved into a council house since January, and we had some very strange things happening. We have a vintage radio and it has been making some strange noises. The weird thing is there isn't any batteries inside it. Let's watch their submission and see what they're talking about."
Finished?
There was certainly some debate about this video in the comments. Lechiflada wrote, "That's really strange." Well, GameCat UK wrote, "Where is the radio in the video? Do you have a picture? I have a feeling it's a rare example of an old semiconductor."
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, where's the radio? You can't just go, there's no batteries in the radio, and you're just showing a printer. Like, does a printer talk? I'm like, damn. I wish I could see the radio.
Picking up on local radio waves, though the amplification is baffling. I think the radio is that thing in the bottom left corner at the 5-second mark. Which side are you on here? Let me know in the comments. Two grown men are roaming the woods when they come across a creature that's making some very guttural warning noises. Suddenly, something wrapped in baggy robes lunges straight at them.
Okay, what the frick? Oh, is that the highest quality? Yeah, it's at the highest. What the frick was that?
Straight at them.
I don't even know what was that. I don't even know what's going on.
As far as I can tell, only one of them makes it to the car, and then I don't think it ends well. No other information on this video is available.
I can't even tell what the frick just happened.
Uday Hindi is exploring an old building when he comes across a little girl staring at him from the corner of the room.
والله خايف أدخل ما كانت هذيك بسم الله.
The door furthest away from both of them shuts all by itself before he gets a chance to investigate. Despite this, Uday Hindi bravely pushes into the next room and discovers she is not a girl, but rather a creepy life-size doll. He roughly handles the doll from room to room and throws it on the floor, and that's when the doll decides it's had enough.
يا إخوان أنا انسحبت من المغامرة مش خوف ولكن أنا تأذيت كثير.
God freaking Jesus Christ. You can't do that to me, man. Why are you gonna scare me like that?
I saw no strings when the doll moved. Did you? Anyway, he is busy analyzing some strange and possibly demonic markings on the doll when suddenly this happens. Watch and try and translate what he says shortly before it goes all wrong.
طلعوا يا إخوان حتى الإشي داخلي.
This part I feel like could have been from the way the doll was leaning on the wall before it fell, but the incident before that I feel could be quite real. A YouTuber named Tate Stein Seek is investigating an old building in Oklahoma City that was once a psychiatric institute. He claims that around 4 a.m. he experiences paranormal activity and wants to document it. This time, a black container slides across the ground on its own.
Wait a second. Oh. It just feels like it's way too freaking...
Watch this. This time, a black container slides across the ground on its own. Watch this part and tell me if there's any way to fake this.
Alright, did you guys just see that?
I would say that it was a rope or something tied around the container, but it happens again much closer, and I don't know how this could be faked.
Dude, you'd have
Did
to
you
be
guys
pretty
see that?
strong.
Okay.
Just
He
to
even
pull
shows it up close, and you can see nothing is attached to it at all, and nothing special is inside, so your guess is as good as mine. Original footage. This video is, admittedly, hard to keep up with. The video is original footage from 1999 that was sent to a random station or address with no further information included. The quality is understandably low and glitches out several times. A general summary is that there's a group of what appears to be several teens drinking, chatting, and playing games. One of the games that gets pulled out is the Ouija board. Things are fine at first, and after playing with the board, a few clips pass and the doorbell rings.
First off, why do people do that? Why would you want to get a Ouija board and just like screw with the spirits? Like, hey, spirit, do something. I don't think I'm gonna do that. You can call me a wuss, whatever. I'm just like, damn, man. Anyways, you're right. Enough talking. Let's just watch the video.
One boy, as well as the camera person, go to check the door and see no one is there. At first, it seems like a case of ding dong ditch. But as they're standing at the front door, the bell begins to ring over and over again. The lights flicker as well, and the camera glitches severely.
The doorbell's date. Jesus Christ!
After the terrifying incident, the group comes together to discuss what happened. Loud knocks can be heard from above or somewhere in the distance. The group travels through the house in several chopped up clips trying to locate the noise, but every time they're in one location, the noise can be heard in a different location.
Listen, they'll come again now. See, you hear that? And again. So, audience, whoever you are watching this, right now, I'm pretty much believing this house is haunted, and I'm pretty much believing we're experiencing it, yeah? A ghost situation.
The group even attempts to climb into the attic before the doorbell begins ringing again.
There, man, again, see? How the f*** is that happening?
Once they're all inside, the doorbell ringing and knocking begins again. Another sound can be heard which sounds like a scratching or clicking.
What the f*** is that? What the f*** is... What the f*** is that? What the f*** is that? Jesus!
When Alexandra went...
Wait, what did you see?
When Alexandra went...
What the frick is he saying? I don't even know what he's saying. He's like, what was that? Bro, was it a light?
Another sound can be heard which sounds like a scratching or clicking.
What the f*** is that? What the f*** is that?
I can't tell what the frick is he tripping about. Like, was it the knock? Was it scratches? Was it an orb? Or was it a shadow figure, demonic entity, whatever? Let me know in the comments down below what you think it was, because I have no idea what it was.
Jesus!
When Alexandra went exploring an abandoned schoolhouse in Ukraine, she never expected to go viral.
Что за запах? О, смотри, вон какая штука лежит.
On the first floor is a discarded tracksuit outside of a hole in the floor that looks like it could serve as the final resting place for many.
А вот это было разве?
Нет, это не было открыто. Здесь все было закрыто. Здесь ровно пол.
Там какой-то проход дальше, что ли? Ого, он как долго тянется вообще, посмотри.
Да, я вижу.
Он прям уходит вообще.
They also find a green barrel that's full of an unknown chemical. They can't read the faded label, but maybe a subscriber in Russia will know more about this.
Да, вот бочонок. По идее, не знаю, что тут написано, невозможно прочитать сейчас.
It could be acid. I've heard of people dissolving the passed away in barrels full of acid just like this one. Across from a green barrel are footprints, and across from the footprints are pictures of people.
Ладно, пойдем на второй этаж тогда.
Да, ребят.
Это ты?
Есть кто?
Alexandra pauses at the stairs.
Мы с миром пришли, господи. Не надо нас пугать. На приколе что ли, блядь?
I don't know.
Может, пойдем? Пока.
I think this video is 100% real because Alexandra does this thing some people do when they're really scared, where they talk to themselves out loud to keep from completely breaking down.
Так быстро выходим отсюда, это просто великолепно, потому что я сейчас реально насру себе в штаны и все, на этом все закончится. А вот вон мой великолепный, прекрасный выход.
With that said, I'm not sure this video is paranormal. The noise could be someone staying here, a scary person who I'm sure you and I would want nothing to do with, a man who countless others likewise wish they had never seen. A person in Ukraine was filming a calm river one evening just in time to capture a humanoid-looking creature cross underneath of a bridge using all fours.
What the frick? Is that Spider-Man? That's kind of crazy.
As the footage shows, something is grabbing onto the underside of a bridge and silently making its way across. Exactly what the creature is remains a debate online to this day. Some people have pointed out that this could be a human, but others have noticed how its legs and arms appear to be the exact same length. It almost looks like it could be an animal, but I'm not aware of any animal from this region that likes to hang upside down from bridges. Besides, if someone had to go underneath a bridge like that for whatever reason, then they would either hang from their arms or else hug the bridge tightly while creeping across. This thing, on the other hand, just swings across the bottom like it's no big deal. Human or not, this thing definitely has a very bizarre center of gravity as it moves. Exploration Unknown is a Knoxville-based urban exploration channel run by a man named John Turner. First appearing on YouTube in 2016, he dedicates his time to venturing into creepy abandoned locations, from derelict home to former orphanages and asylums. His choice of location will often have a gruesome true story behind them, including the takings of life and other horrible events. Back in November 2017, John, along with friends James and Tim, returned to the abandoned Glendale orphanage they previously explored. This time their goal was to conduct the infamous 3 a.m. challenge. In short, 3 a.m. is considered the witching hour, the perfect time for hunting ghosts. Almost right off the bat at the video start, John and the others have split up when a wooden board is seen falling on its own from behind a doorway. John goes to investigate, and much to his shock and slight bemusement, it turns out it was just James playing a joke on them. This appears to be in James's nature, as he does so again when he slams a metal door shut. Scaring again when he slams a metal door shut. Scaring John so badly, he accidentally stops recording. Jokes aside, Tim soon begins to feel lightheaded after the trio go to the second floor, and therefore decides to head outside for some air. Meanwhile, James and John continue to investigate the second floor, finding the normal things you would expect in an abandoned building: graffiti, specks of dust, etc. When they descend the stairs back to the first floor, they are shocked to find Tim collapsed on the floor, out cold.
Down in the basement. I hope I got reception down there.
Tim? Dude, you okay? Tim? Tim, dude. Tim.
Bro, what are you doing?
You okay, man?
Thankfully, they were able to wake him, although he is clearly dazed and groggy. The reaction from John and James are of genuine concern and confusion, and Tim appears to be really out of it with a pale complexion. Deciding Tim's safety is more important, James and John help their fallen friend back outside and back to the car. Clearly shaken by the incident, John and James decide not to venture into the basement and instead Footage of their previous visit is shown. It is unknown what exactly happened, and no other paranormal activity can be seen in the footage, so it is undetermined if Tim was the victim of some sort of attachment. He does show the common signs of paranormal attachment, which often manifest as feeling lightheaded and nauseated, and can even lead to passing out. What could also be possible is Tim came under the effects of harmful dust in the building. Considering the age and state of the orphanage, it is possible Tim became overwhelmed by particles such as asbestos, a once common insulation that can cause damage to the lungs if breathed in. The fact that John and James were unaffected does cast some doubt on this theory, although it is still completely possible. Regardless, finding your friend unconscious on the floor of such an eerie location is certain to scare anyone. Thankfully, Tim was okay and apparently started feeling a bit better after resting by the car. With that said, the three decided to call it a night and left the location. John clarified in the video description and comments Tim was okay and recovered, as well as thanking those who expressed concern for his condition. On February 21st, 2021, John uploaded a director's cut of the original video, acting as a sort of commentary. John discusses his personal experience that night. He stated he felt concerned about Tim when he said he wasn't feeling good, and expressed regret for not going with Tim to make sure he was alright. He also said he has received messages from people who had lived there during its operation, saying they actually had good experiences while residing there. They considered it a home with the staff taking good care of them. Comparing it to places such as Leckworth Village, it is a relief to hear good experiences about an orphanage, as they can be notorious for negativity, to put it mildly. When discussing the moment he and James found Tim, he said it looked as if he broke his leg. It is at this point John himself discusses a possible third explanation for Tim's condition. According to John, Tim had been up almost 30 hours at this point and had actually worked a full shift of work prior to joining the others. However, he also expresses Tim is sensitive to locations, including a time he collapsed at Skinwalker Ranch. This gives further support something had attached to him, but considering the positive remarks from former residents, it's hard to say what attached. It's good to know Tim turned out okay in the end, as these investigations can cause serious consequences. Thank you so much for getting me to 30,000 subscribers here on...
I don't know if I would ever do that, man. Shoot. If I saw my friend collapse on the floor, I'd be like, dude, we gotta go. I don't care if it was asbestos or a spirit. That's a sign we gotta get the hell out of here. It's just one of those things, like, you don't want to mess with something like that. You're there and you want to get out. Moment something like goes, whoa, and you're like, I'm out. Sorry, I'm leaving. You'll never see, hear, smell, think of me ever again. I'm gone. But yeah, man, it's kind of strange how, I wouldn't say strange. It's just pretty scary to see people experience stuff like that. Like, you can't say that, oh, you're exaggerating it. Like, if it happened to them, just take it, Don't be like, hey, go see a psychologist because you're freaking tripping on acid or any kind of drug or medicinal drug or so. It's just one of those things, like, you don't want to judge someone right off the bat for, like, experiencing that. I've had my share of experiences, but, I was a kid, and when you're a kid, you don't really think, you tend to, like, believe everything that you see, like, on TV. Like, you watch horror movies, and then you're like, oh, shoot, I saw a ghost in the horror movie, she was scary. Anyways, that's a different topic. Back on the video subject. I couldn't really tell what was going on in some of the clips. I'm just like, what's supposed to be going on? Like, that second part of the video where those guys are, like, here, right? Like, you can't even tell what the frick was going on. It's so fuzzy, it's hazy, but you can just, it's like, dang, I can't tell what's going on. What are they up against? It's like, geez, maybe it was like a long time ago kind of thing, like, oh, I recorded it, it was scary, but it's going to get viral, and then sure enough it does, but you can hardly get if you're like an audience member, you're not really going to understand what the hell is going on. Like maybe that's a goat. Maybe that's something. You don't really know. The third one, I mean, the first one was like, could have been, it's like, oh yeah, the radio or the whatever is, there's no batteries in it. And then you're like, well, where is it, right? You look at this, you're like, I don't see squat. Is it that? Is it this thing? Or
council house since January,
or is it like, according to him, it's like, oh, it's 5 seconds in a video, and then you realize like there are certain battery parts missing, and that's when it's like, oh, okay. It's like, wow, man, that's crazy. Third video is like, okay, you kind of asked for it. You get in a Ouija board. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's like, oh, I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in that. Or maybe not. Maybe skeptic's not a word. Maybe you might be one of those like people that go, oh, I don't believe in spirits and demons and entities and all that jazz. Maybe you're one of those people. But it's not until like you actually touch an Ouija board with your friends or family member, that's when shit hits the fan. And it's just like, would I ever want to play with that? No. I don't care if you like are jokingly about it. But the moment I see that thing in your hands is the moment I'm out. It's like, I'm out. John, you're a little wuss, bro. Grow some balls and freaking do it. Like, play this Ouija board. And I said, no. I respect the dead. I respect them. They deserve to rest in peace. Because who knows who you might contact, man. You might say, oh, it's my mom. Cool. Next thing you know, it's not your mom. Because your mom would not throw a freaking chair at you. It's like, what the frick? Like, hi, Mom. How are you? Boom, a chair flies at you. Like, that's, my mom never throws a chair at me. That's because it's not your mom. You brought something to your freaking house. And now that you have friends over, now it's even way worse because now it's just preying on you. It's like a spirituality thing, you know. It's like you don't necessarily have to believe it until you've experienced it. But yeah, you know, that's gonna be it for the whole video. You know, let me know, you guys, what your thoughts are. Like, what would you do if your friends had an Ouija board and you're at their house, they're inviting you to come over, you see them just, pow, Ouija board right there. What would you do? Would you tell him or her? But anyways, yeah, like, comment, subscribe for more, and I will see y'all laters. Peace. Bye-bye.